I want to tell you about something that's happening in your galaxy, and it's fearful. Your solar system moves around the center of the galaxy at the same speed all the other stars do. We have called that revs, or revolutions around the middle. It takes millions of years for one rev. So all of humanity has not even seen one rev. You are moving constantly into new areas of space because you circle the middle of your galaxy. So if you thought it was static and that your solar system is always in the same space, you haven't figured it out. It's always circling. And the area of space that it is about to move into is different from where it's been, and it's on target, and it's right on time. You're moving into another kind of radiation. It's going to affect your sun. You're already starting to see it. The meteorologists are reporting it. It's part of the shift in the weather. The radiant cycle of the sun itself will be different. The amount of sunspots will be different because the radiation that you are moving into as a solar system you've never seen before. Not as humans. And you're afraid. And you're looking at it, and some are saying this is the end. Others are saying it's going to be dangerous. And here's what I'm going to tell you. This radiation is going to move right into your magnetic grid, and it's going to change your DNA, and you're going to get another 10% of efficiency. It's right on time. It's right on schedule. It's a benevolent physics that knew what you were doing. Are you understanding this? What others will fear is going to be your evolution of consciousness. But what is going on is a benevolent system, radiation that will change things that will happen naturally to you and increase that, which is the functionality of the very DNA in your body. It's a system. We knew you were coming, kind of a system. But I will tell you that it is imminent. Our clock is not your clock. We see this coming. And when it does, you might say, well, it took longer than I thought. Longer is not a word we understand. We just know it's coming. And so the timing, as you would say, is not anything that we are aware of. We know about your clock. We see how you are impatient because things don't happen on a schedule that is in 3 dimensions. But what difference is it? It will arrive when it arrives, and you're going to be here. When a planet moves into what we would call a fast track, inventions start to even increase beyond what you thought was high technology. But the technology you are about ready to receive is beyond 3-dimensional technology, and it will be quantum technology, and it starts slow. But just like the evolution of so many inventions you've had and technology that you've had in the past, it has a ramp up that is slow at first and then lightning fast in the end. One thing leads to another, starts to show something else. And I will give it to you one more time. Planets who move into ascension status must have an eventuality of understanding quantum energy. And the beginning of understanding quantum energy is the ability to measure it and see it. Even if you cannot produce it or alter it or work with it, you've got to be able to see it. Can you imagine a painter trying to paint a beautiful canvas, and he has all the colors in front of him, but he's blind? And I want to tell you, that's exactly where you are right now. All the colors are there, and they've always been there. And when you can see quantum energy in any form, you will start to understand how to see it in a better form. And when you start to see it in a better form, you will see the patterns contained in it. And when you start seeing those, you will have a million questions that cannot be answered. But it will start a progress of invention as you discover one thing after another of what you're seeing that you never saw before. And the colors will be outstanding, and that is a metaphor for second sight. This is a fast track because it's going to start to create questions you have never pondered as a human race. Can you imagine such a thing? Just when you thought you had everything figured out. It's going to bring physics into a brand new perspective, and you will see the missing laws. You'll be able to manipulate eventually the very things you think you are a victim of. These are the gifts of an ascension planet as they go forward. I will close with this. Dear human being, you are still with free choice. Still with free choice. Still with free choice. Still with free choice. Still.